Hi, my name is Kenny Martin, and right now I'm a high school math teacher, but I'm about to be the new development driver for Michael Waltrip Racing. Before I tell you why I'm the right choice, first I want to say thank you to Peak and thank you to Michael Waltrip Racing for even conducting this driver search. It's been speculated that at any given NASCAR event, some of the best drivers there might actually be stuck in the stands, just because they never had the finances or knew the right people that would allow them to get onto the racetrack. On many occasions, I was that fan in the stands, knowing that I should be on the racetrack instead. So again, thank you to Peak and thank you to Michael Waltrip Racing just for giving people like me an opportunity that we never had before. From a very early age, I knew that I wanted to race. When I was about 4 years old, my dad taught me the basics of a racing line, and ever since then, anytime I got my hands on a steering wheel, I was able to show the ability that I had. When I was younger, usually that was at the local pay-for-play go-kart tracks in Pigeon Forge and in Sevierville, Tennessee. When other kids my age were too busy running into guardrails, I was running the perfect racing line, passing and lapping most of the adults that were there. Later, when I got my driver's license, I was able to drive things like the Myrtle Beach Grand Prix or the Malibu Grand Prix locations. Go pay $20, drive basically a big go-kart that looks like a scaled-down Indy car, and try to run as fast a lap as you can. They would keep track of the fastest lap times in any given month. And the very first time I ever went, I actually tied my dad for the best lap time. I was very proud of that because I knew my dad was good. He'd won a bunch of trophies at those locations doing those kinds of things. And so on my very first time out, when I tied him, I knew that I had some speed in me. I still remember the lap time. It was 45.38 seconds. After that, whenever we went, he and I were always within 1/10 of a second of each other, and we were usually about 2 seconds per lap faster than anybody else there. In college, I discovered autocross. I didn't get an opportunity to do it very much because I couldn't afford to, but I ran when I could, which was just a handful of events. And then a few years ago, I actually got to run a full season. In that one season, I was the Pro Class Champion and Rookie of the Year at the same time. I've also run a few driver's ed events, high-performance driver's ed events, where I was passing $100,000 Porsches in my $20,000 daily driver Subaru. It was not heavily modified. It wasn't even an STI, but in that I was passing very expensive, very fast cars at tracks like Summit Point Raceway Park, VIR, and Road Atlanta. Again, I didn't get to do that very much because I couldn't really afford much of a financial commitment. But again, every time my hands were on a steering wheel, I was able to show the ability that I had. I just never had a big break opportunity until now. So one more time, thank you, Peak. Thank you, Michael Waltrip Racing. Thank you for viewing this video and for giving me an opportunity that I never had until now. I look forward to seeing you in the finals.